trying to take my guns away. Yeah, I know my Second Amendment right, and I'm not afraid to fight it. And I don't care what the government says. Hey, 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 yeah. Draped up in camo, stocked up with ammo, and y'all better get out my way. I know my Second Amendment right, and I'm not afraid to fight it. And I don't care what the government says. Draped up in camo, stocked up with ammo, and y'all better get out my way. I know my Second Amendment right, and I'm not afraid to fight it. And I don't care what the government says.
Hey.
Welcome back to the Second Amendment Room. We have some numbers starting off strong tonight. All three whopping people. Hey, it's Raquel.
We got one from TikTok.
Yes, we do. Again, if you get 5 people to join in, we'll raffle off a Carl. Why don't you go ahead and show them?
Hey, since she's the first one to pop in, guess what? They get a special deal if they get 5 of them from TikTok. We're going to auction off this to give away.
We're going to give away a Second Amendment Ranch Challenge coin.
That's right.
So now y'all get Wally, this is where the bad news starts.
Hi, Harry.
I'm auctioning off the beard again.
Don't you just love that name?
Oh, boy.
Yep. But there are strict requirements for this.
Okay.
1, we have to have 30 regular viewers. Okay. Doesn't mean just 30 people watch and then disappear. So we have to sit at 30 minimum for 1 month. Although there is going to be kind of a time frame on it because eventually I'm going to give up and I'll retire from doing podcasts. Because I've been doing this for a hot minute and I have been struggling to see growth. So I figured I'd put up something that's kind of important to me. And this is about a year's worth of growth at this point in time. The requirements being they can let it grow. They can have me shave it off. I can cut it down. I can't do any ridiculous little cuts. No Fu Manchus. No little Charlie Chaplin mustache. Can't do that. I also offered to dye the hair if they wanted to, but it had to be a color. It couldn't be like neon pink or stupid bright yellow.
I was going to say pink.
Yeah, it's like green, blue, purple, dark colors that kind of can get.
Hey, let him dye it camouflage.
Yeah, good luck with that. It'd be a lot of money. But I mean, I did offer up a beard, and if they decide they wanted me to dye it, the hair itself, I'd hope I love purple, because I'd be fine doing that, and I can kind of hide it at work. But those were the requirements. I don't know how long I'm going to keep going. It's my kind of mindset is at least until the VA is done with their decisions. And we know how long that takes. So they've got probably 4 months before that happens. But it also came up to change the schedule. Instead of doing it Friday nights, everybody's wanting to go to the clubs, go to the bars, go out, have fun. So we were talking about going to Saturday. And I know Saturdays is for the boys and gaming and stuff. They said evening. I said afternoon. So now you're here to talk about it. I said I wanted to go around 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, which would be 6 p.m. your time.
Okay. Be something I could do.
Okay. Because that's usually everybody's done with the chores. If they wanted to go out, they're already gone or they're about to leave so they can catch the beginning of it. So it kind of opens it, and everybody's wanting to go to bed early and stuff. 25 states in the NRA have filed a lawsuit against the pistol brace rule. Well, they also determined, by the way, if you hadn't seen the bump stock ban, not actually a law, got overturned by the federal government. stating that it's not justifiable, it's an infringement, and that just the ATF cannot actually make law. They can make statements, it's not a law. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms is more of a grocery store to me, anyways. But they overturned the bump stock ban. I can see them overturning the pistol brace ban. Not only that, if you look at the pistol brace ban, that is an infringement against people with disabilities. If you require a cane, a wheelchair, that pistol brace is a tool meant to be used for those purposes. It is a support for people with a disability. If the ATF really wants to attempt to ban it, then they're going to have to get the ADA involved for people like, oh, I don't know, me, because I do have disabilities and I do have problems, and certain tools like that are very valuable to me because I can utilize it how it is meant to be utilized. And yes, I do mean the company that likes to pew your dogs. Sick bastards. Speaking of that, I'm glad you bring that up. That brings us into our gun fail for the week.
Oh boy.
Indiana. Hello, Lynn Gerber. Where are you coming from, Lynn? Other than Indiana, you find the TikTok, you find the beard attractive. Coming to try and win that raffle. Some people want to win that one just so they can tell me to shave it, like my parents. Let's not make them happy. I want to keep the beard, please. But since you decided to bring up the three-letter agencies, we're going to talk about a representative from Louisiana. I have no idea where Wally disappeared.
I don't know.
We're going to talk about a police force representative, basically one of their highest ranking reps, and red flag laws. This video showed up and infuriated me. Yes, by the way, Erica, Barb invited me to the site, and I love the beer. Thank you. Let's watch, and we'll get into it afterwards. All right?
Yeah. Oh.
From the clock app.
Oh, more people from Clock app. I guess people really want to win the raffle tonight. Or they just want to see me without the onesie on. Could be either one of those. Don't forget, if you come in from the TikTok app, to comment on one of my recent videos saying I found you so I can follow you back, and I'll get you the Discord link later on. All right. Yeah, let's just watch this. Where's your audio?
Bottom right.
By this legislation, my colleagues are putting to support confiscating guns from individuals determined to be a threat to themselves or others. Determined to be. So by this legislation, my colleagues are putting forth my understanding of the letter of that law, which I 1,000% oppose, as would our founding fathers. The letter of that law says an anonymous tip from a citizen. So if this was law, Commissioner, would you go to your neighbor's home and confiscate his legally owned weapons, a man that was not under criminal investigation nor under arrest? Would you do it?
The red flag laws would.
That's a yes or no, brother. I got 5 minutes to make an hour-and-a-half statement here.
It's more than a yes or no answer.
If you cannot say yes, you would confiscate weapons from an American citizen that was subject to this law that my colleagues intend to push through this Congress, then you said in your statement that you would confiscate those weapons if an American was determined to be, your quote, a threat to themselves or others. According to that law, determined to be is defined by an anonymous tip that an American citizen, a threat to themselves or others. You're a police commissioner, a thin blue line brother, sworn to uphold the Constitution, and you're saying you'd see those weapons. I see that as a problem. I'm going to bring us back in time to World War II. America's population, 140 million. 15 million American men came home from World War II with deep scars and significant skills. They bore the invisible wounds of war. There was weapons everywhere. We'll talk about mental challenge. My father was one of those men who was a Navy pilot in World War II. He came back from the war and built his family. I'm the seventh of his 8 children. I was born in 1961. We had guns everywhere. There was virtually no regulation. Any child in the 50s could buy a weapon from any seller if daddy sent them with the money. We didn't have mass shootings. It wasn't until 1968 in America that serial numbers were even required on weapons sold in this country. You order weapons through the Sears catalog by the mail. In the 70s, I attended a high school, large rural school. Virtually every vehicle in the parking lot was a pickup truck, and almost every one had a rifle or a shotgun on the back glass and a pistol under the seat. And we didn't have school shootings. 1979, I began college. One of the jobs I had to work my way through college was as a carpenter. We restored historical buildings. We had to determine in the process of that work what was the original cuts of these homes, residential homes built 75, 85, 100 years ago. You could tell by the saw cut if it was a mechanical cut, an electric cut, or a hand cut. By such observations, we knew exactly how that house was originally built. And to my amazement as a young man, beginning college in Louisiana, working, to my amazement, you know what I discovered, Madam Chair? You know what these houses did not have that were built 100 years ago in cities in America? You know what they did not have, Commissioner? Locks. Locks. Now I ask you all, what happened to that country, man? A country where homes were built in cities with no locks. A country where guns were everywhere and virtually not regulated at all. Where millions of Americans, 14 million Americans came back. It's 11% of the population at the time after World War II with incredible skills of war and weapons of war, as you called them, everywhere. But we didn't have mass shootings. And here we sit today where an entire once proud Democratic Party is presenting unbelievably unconstitutional laws to press upon our nation. And we have a police commissioner that says he would go home to home and confiscate legally owned weapons if he got a tip. Madam Chair, I yield my speech, but I will not yield my opposition to these unconstitutional laws.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I found that video on the one app that blows my mind. It hasn't been blocked or banned yet.
Same. I seen it
Because
2 days
that
ago.
app is horribly, horribly anti-America, anti-Second Amendment. I got banned from going live on that app for a long time by talking about my friends from TikTok. Now you get to find out why my live got banned for a little bit. I was talking about World War I, World War II, and what happened where they confiscated your firearms. The next thing they would do is you would stack your shoes in piles. That was a mound of death. The next thing they would confiscate your wedding rings. There's stories everywhere about husbands eating their wedding ring continuously. Not just once, but swallowing it over and over and over, meaning they had to shift through everything they had. Give me
Everyone
1
his
second.
blood pressure. He's checking his blood pressure on his phone. Yeah, I believe that was Louis Gorman.
I think it was.
We need more people like that
Yeah.
talking up there.
When I heard that video the first day when it showed it on TikTok. I was shocked I found it there.
I brought
Yeah.
up
That
Mao's.
go ahead.
Focus. Come on, focus for me. Thank you. I brought up Mao Zedong, Stalin, Hitler. I brought up all these people that some would consider great leaders who caused mass genocides after they confiscated the guns. After they confiscated the one thing that protected the people. And TikTok hates history lessons like that. But if you pick up a history book and it doesn't piss you off, you've picked up the wrong history book. You need to read more, study more. If you don't find something that pisses you off in history, you're not reading it right. To the victors go the spoils. Well, it's also true, to the victor goes history. The winners write the history books. There is always another take. You do realize that the Diary of Anne Frank was a lot more brutal and gruesome and explicit than the one they give us in schools. In the Diary of Anne Frank, it would talk about the families masturbating in corners. Yeah, just so they can get a little bit of relief. Having to muffle each other's mouths, covering babies with pillows so they couldn't cry as the Germans walked by through the streets. That's what happens when they confiscate the one thing. There's another video going around on TikTok where they're talking about Second Amendment and hunting. The Second Amendment was not created for hunting.
No.
The Second Amendment was created to protect the people against tyranny.
Tyrannical, yeah.
Doesn't matter if it was a tyrannical government, tyrannical military, a tyrannical invading force. It did not matter. The people can protect themselves from tyranny. Carl, if you would be kind enough to pull all of our photos down, I can get mine.
Okay.
Well, pull yourself down, Carl. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security and free state of the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Black and white, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Shall not be infringed. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. That is talking about you should have a militia for the security of the free state, but the right of the people to keep and bear arms in and of itself shall not be infringed.
Exactly.
There was no question about that. 1968, we started having the serialized numbers. 1984, we had the crime bill that banned fully automatic weapons from being manufactured with other than the purpose of being issued to law enforcement or military individuals. Currently, in the past 10 years, we have seen a mass grab at guns. Bump stock bans, binary trigger bans, pistol brace bans, vertical foregrips on a pistol ban. They can't define a firearm. They can't. The ATF doesn't know what a damn gun is. That's why they have the other than category. See if I can find this image real quick.
See what he's going to pull up.
Yeah.
Yep. That was easy.
Oh,
People love to make fun of the ATF. See if I can't blow this up just to... Not what I wanted to do. There we go.
yeah.
Completely legal. This is a pistol. This is a rifle. This is a pistol because it's got a different brace on it. But now this is about to be classified as an other than or a short-barreled rifle. This is also a pistol. So we have three classifications of pistol here. Pistol, 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 rifle. This, looks like a pistol, but it's actually a short barrel rifle. This is any other weapon. This also goes back to a short barrel rifle or in any other weapon. This is a short barrel rifle. The only difference is on this one and this one is the barrel length. That's it. That's really the easiest way to describe that. Difference between this one and this one, the two at the bottom left and the second one from the bottom on the right, is the grip that you can utilize. They don't like the vertical foregrip because it gives you more control. Same with the pistol. Can't put that on there because it makes it any other weapon. You put a brace onto a pistol, it's a short-barreled rifle. You can't describe the only weapons you're supposed to be actually talking about. What the hell is that top rifle? How is that a short-barreled rifle? It's a Glock with a shoulder brace on it. And y'all are supposed to tell us what we... Yeah, special pistols. And you're there to tell us what we...
You go back to that picture, you notice it said needs a tax stamp on it.
Yep.
Not here in Missouri. Because handicapped people are allowed to use a brace for a pistol.
Again, the ATF attempting to ban the pistol brace goes against the anti-defamation, not AD. Is it the ADL? ADL or ADA?
Yeah.
Americans Disabilities Association or the American Disabilities League or something like that.
Liberation or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're violating laws created for handicapped people. Yes, you're going to have people taking advantage of it. The reason why they want to ban short barrel rifles is because they're fantastic for sweeping a house. You in a combat situation. No, again, not for hunting. It is not American Disabilities Act. Thank you. Second Amendment was not created for hunting. So short barrel rifle being perfect to go through your house in a combat situation because, say, the ATF decided to roll up and decided to play little games, you stand a better chance. Look at suppressors. It puts you on a field where you're one up because you can still hear them. Your weapon is suppressed. They don't want you to have a look at any war ever. The goal is always have the one thing that is better than the enemy. Hell, look at what we did with Germany. Shotguns are inhumane and gross negligence, abuse of weapons of war. They were throwing everything at us under the bus to make us ban the shotgun. We turned around and said, I'm sorry, motherfucker. Aren't you the assholes that are using toxic gas and flamethrowers? We're going to keep using the shotguns. And if you decide to execute any prisoner that decided to use a shotgun, we're going to make your prisoners in our area not exist either. For every one of ours you touch, we're going to touch all of yours. And we're real good at kidnapping your people. We ran those trenches with those shotguns. Somebody'd run into a trench, pump out 5, hot load a 6-1, and then charge you with a 2-foot bayonet. Dudes were hopped up on everything. Nothing but respect for that group. They kicked ass with that shit.
Talk about
Model 90. Yeah, model. It was what, the Model 97 Remington Model 97 shotgun. It did its job. And y'all want to call an AR a weapon of war? The Model 97 is no different than any other pump action shotgun.
No.
Now I got a good question for you, both of you.
Carl.
This is going to be a quiz for both of you.
Like
This here is the census for 2023. on which states have the most weapons. I've got the top 10 right here.
Are we talking about registered?
I would say more than likely registered because there's no way they could track unregistered.
Last thing I had seen, the census for 2017, Texas was number 18. So I don't believe Texas is going to be number 1 through
Missouri.
10.
Nope, they're not.
So
Missouri?
nice. So I'm already correct in my first statement. I'm going to say Alaska's on the list.
Alaska is number 3.
Is Missouri on the list?
No.
Missouri's a non-registered state.
That's right.
That's what I'm trying to remember.
Well, let me see. Well, I'm gonna read you the top 10.
No, you let us play our game.
Okay.
Damn
play
it.
your game.
I'm trying to go through process of elimination.
Alaska was number 3.
So I was correct on my first 2 statements, so I'm already ahead.
Wally?
North Carolina.
No. Cameron?
So I'm 2-0 so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Tennessee.
Nope.
Damn it.
Wally?
Well, I'm going to trust Harry here. I'm going to throw out Michigan.
No.
Oh, we've got 2 people saying Michigan.
Nope.
Let's see. I know we've talked to New Mexico. I want to say New Mexico's on the list.
No.
Shit.
Florida.
No.
Also
What?
a non-registered state. Most of your southern states are non-registered. Yeah, I'm going to take one from Aaron, Nevada.
No.
Damn.
New York.
Oh, hell no.
I'm
No.
just throwing it out there.
Hey, that's all right.
I can tell you right now, New York, Chicago, and Washington are going to be nowhere on that top 10.
Hey, man, I was just throwing it out there because you never fucking know. Oh, yeah, you never know.
I'll say South Carolina.
Man,
Nope.
maybe.
Nope.
Hmm.
Wally?
Ohio.
Nope.
Only pulling up a list of the 50 states so I can kind of go through them, not actually.
Hey, man, no cheating.
Let's see. We've already covered Tennessee, New Mexico. We've covered Michigan. I'll say Mississippi. I know Hawaii's not on there.
Mississippi is number 7.
So I've got number 3 and number 7 so far.
Okay.
Colorado.
Wally? Nope.
I know
Sammy?
California. Arkansas.
Yes. Number 6.
Wow.
Wally?
3, 6, and 7.
Thinking here. I got to at least get one. Minnesota?
Nope.
You said Minnesota, Missouri. I'm going to throw out Montana.
Montana is the number 1 state
Oh, baby.
for 2023.
Oh, God, I am on a roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Wally?
it helps. I've been doing this for a little bit. Hi, Jailbird.
Hey, Barbara.
Trying to think of it.
Wally.
No, I'm thinking. I at least got to get one.
Yes, you do.
Iowa?
Nope.
All right, Carl.
I'd
We've hold on. We have said Iowa, Alaska.
Yeah, we're going to need to tell you what we said so we don't
let me-
suck in it.
Let me pull up a notepad real quick. We've said Alaska, We have said. Did we say Alabama?
No, you haven't said Alabama.
I don't know about Alabama. I know we said. I know California's not on that list.
No.
I know Washington isn't on there. I know we said Missouri. What was we said Montana was number 1.
Yeah. Alaska was number 3.
Number 3. Number 6 was what one?
Number 6 was let's see. You said Mississippi was number 7.
Mississippi. What was number 6?
Did you say Arkansas, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. That's
I
all
have
you've
I
got.
have the ones I've gotten right.
Right. Those are so far all of them you've said.
No, we eliminated Texas. We said South Carolina. I think Wally, you said North Carolina.
Yes.
Yep.
I think that's it for now. My next one, I'm gonna say Wyoming. I know
Wyoming
Wyoming's
is number 2.
So you got 1, 2, and 3 now, don't you?
1, 2, 3, 6, and 7.
Come on, Wally.
Did you say Alabama yet?
Alabama is number 8.
Finally got
you
one.
lucky bastard.
I finally got one. It only took 10 tries.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8 are done. So that leaves 4, 5, 9, and 10. So there's only 4 left. I don't think we said Kentucky. Show me KFC.
Nope.
I'm going to go that one. West Virginia.
Yes.
Damn it.
West Virginia is number 5.
Number 5.
It's just a little pop quiz we're doing. Carl had a little challenge, and we like to try to
Yeah, we're having fun. I'm having them guess the top 10 states
Yeah, we're trying to
of
guess.
gun ownership in 2023.
The sad part is I could eliminate Texas because Texas is a non-registered state, and I saw the census for 2017, 2018, and Texas was like number 16 or 18 on that census. So
Right.
my guess is Texas is about number 14 or 15, if not lower on this one.
And if you looked at back when you was looking at that 2017, right?
Mhm.
Did you see what ones were in the top 5? Do you remember?
No, I don't. I know we said
California
Florida.
was one of them.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I know we said Florida. Did we say Georgia?
No, we didn't.
I don't know if I want to say Georgia. I think Georgia's another non-registered state. Did we say South Dakota? No, show me South Dakota.
Number 9.
Yeah, baby.
So I'm going to go with the one state that hasn't been said yet. The land of potato, Idaho.
Yes. It's number 4.
So there's one there. Oh, there's only one left in there. Idaho, Wally.
Are we tied?
So that
We're close.
leaves. No, it's
Okay.
6-2.
I got more than 2.
It's 6-2, Wally. I've been keeping track.
Thought I got more than 2.
6, 8. So there's 2
You should
missing.
have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There's
6.
only
No,
one left.
yeah.
Yeah, there's only
So
one left, so you didn't
I've
get
got
all other
one-
9 or
yeah,
all other 8.
I've got Alaska for me.
Yep, you got Montana.
We're
You
only
had
missing
Wyoming.
Hold on. We're only missing number 10 now, aren't we, Carl?
Yes, that's all you're missing.
Okay. So what's 1 through 9?
1 through 9 is Montana, Wyoming, Alaska.
Hold on, slow down. Oh, Montana, where is that bastard? Did I not put that one up there yet? I guess not. No, I got that one. No, there it is.
Wyoming's number 2.
I got
Alaska's
Wyoming.
number 3.
Hold on. Number 2. Yeah, give me time to get this. Montana was number 1.
Yes.
Wyoming was 2.
Yes.
I'm actually trying to have some fun with this game, and I'm hyper competitive. Well, there's number 1. Number 2 was Wyoming. Number 3
was your Alaska, probably. Yeah, that's what you said, Alaska.
Yep. Number 4
is Idaho,
which was Wally.
Land of potato.
Number 5
is West Virginia.
That one was mine.
Wally. Yeah, I got that. Number 6
Arkansas.
Who
That
did
one was
Arkansas?
you.
Number 7. Yeah, no.
Mississippi.
That was broken.
Number 8 was Alabama. That was Wally.
Yep. So there's 3 for me.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. And number 9.
South Dakota.
That leaves one state left. And Wally
What's
just
the
did
score?
Idaho 6-3.
Okay.
Sorry, Wally, you can't win.
What's number 10?
But my goal is to steal the point from you. You know that.
You just chose, so, right?
No, you did Idaho. You just did Idaho.
That's right. So it's your turn.
I'm going to cover the other Dakota, North Dakota.
Number 10.
Hey, let's go.
And that's what I was going to go with. Freaking asshole.
Woo, yeah.
Now,
The score. Cameron, 7. Wally, 3.
now this
Love
is
you,
what-
buddy.
Now here's what will get you.
Just remember Horde Nights tonight on 7 Days to Die.
Oh, shh.
And I'll
They-
just float above it. I'll watch you struggle.
Right. Now you know they went by the percentage
Registered.
of people registered guns, right?
Yep.
Montana, number 1, has 22,133 registered guns.
22,133.
Yep.
What's
That's
hold on, no, 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 no.
66.3% of gun ownership.
Hold on. So Montana had 22,363.
133.
133.
Yeah.
What's Montana's population?
I couldn't tell you.
I can find it real quick. Give me a second, Brogan.
1.104 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
10400. Yeah. Oh, calculator.
Well, to give you an idea, of what we're talking
How
about.
much did you
here.
say their population was, Broken?
1.104 million.
1.112668 is 2023.
So that's 49. One gun in every 49 people. 50 people.
Okay.
We'll round up.
Right.
So that's
Well,
because it's 49.880. So we'll say it's an even 50. So that's one gun in every 50 people.
Right.
Let's
That's
look
your-
at this. Oh no, we're going to break it all down for everybody watching.
Now here's what you want to know. Okay, that Montana's one because you broke that down to one in every how many?
1 in 50.
Okay, 1 in 50. Now I'm gonna give you one out of the top 10. Okay, are you
That's a
ready to
fast one.
figure this out? This is Texas of registered gun owners, and they have a percentage of 45.7%, right? But they have 588,696 registered guns.
Registered guns. And Texas is a non-registered state, which means those are short-barreled rifles, shorty shotguns, fully automatics.
Exactly.
533,000 of
You're fun.
pure fun. So let's go off the statistics. Registered states have low damn numbers. Hold on, Carl. Let me get that number again. Texas has 533,000.
588,696.
696 guns. Let's pull up. Inflation. That's a difference. 29,530. 29,530,000 people. Let's get that calculator back up.
45.7%.
29,530 divided by 588,696. That is still 1 in 50.
Mm-hmm. Now you want to hear
1 in
one.
50. Hey, let's keep breaking the numbers down.
Are you
There
ready
more
for
gu-
a shocker?
Sure, let's go.
California.
Mhm.
They have 344,622 registered guns.
Ooh. Population. Oh, that's a big population.
You can't count that high, folks.
All right.
What's the population count there?
39 million. Almost 40.
How many guns are, Carl?
344,622 at 28.3%.
Oh, that is 1 in every 114.
Mm-hmm.
Let's also break down the full
That's
math.
awful
There's
high,
one-
actually, for California.
It is. The numbers of actual registered guns in America comes up to be 114.5 for every 100 people. There are more guns in America than there are people in America.
Okay.
114.5 versus 100.
Registered
So
guns
there's enough
in
guns. Go ahead,
ahead.
Carl. No, go ahead.
registered the total registered guns in 2023 in the United States. Are you ready for this number?
Not yet. Let's get it.
5,155,577. That's registered guns.
Texas owns 1/10 of those
Uh-huh.
alone. Texas alone of the 50
And you know who
states.
the other 3 states that are big, that's got the bigger numbers are?
Who's that?
Okay. Let's see here. Because we know
Oh,
Texas was at over 500,000, right?
yeah,
So
588,000.
Virginia has got 307,000.
There's another 6 or 7%.
Florida has 343,288.
There's another 6 or 7%.
Those are looks like, let's see, California, Florida, Virginia, Texas.
There are more guns
That's
than there are
the
people.
biggest. Those states right there are all over 300,000 in the state.
It takes the next 2 states combined to equal out to the number of registered guns Texas has, and Texas is a non-registered state. There are more guns constantly being in America than there are people. Last time we had the 114. Let's see if it gives us a new number. Guns per person in U.S. Oh, it's gone up. It's 120.5 now. It's a whoo! So we make up for enough guns in America to care for California's 1 in 114. There's 120 guns per 100 people. 120.5.
That's more than I actually thought.
I'm gonna fight you for the other half.
With their gun laws out there, I didn't think there would be that many.
So
But
we have
if you
now
look at it,
made
now look
up
at it
for
this
California's negligence.
If we look up how many registered hunters there are in California, there's where your guns are at.
Yeah, that's it right there. So,
I seen this on a YouTube video the other day. So I typed it in. That's how I got that up on there like that. But I was shocking they had an update for this year, which is probably last year's numbers.
Well,
but those numbers are actually, like we talked about, that's registered gun owners that are over 18 years of age.
Yeah. Let's break it down for everybody. 515,577 registered guns in America total. What they have registered.
5
Texas
million.
again. 5 million, excuse me. 5,155,577. Excuse me. I missed a 5.
Yeah.
Notepad doesn't break it up nicely. But
okay.
5,155,507 registered guns in America. Texas holds 10% of those. Texas also has almost 6 times that in population itself. There's 125 or 120.5 guns per 100 people in America that they assume there's 120.5 per every 100 people in America. So there's more guns in America than there are Americans, registered, legally voting citizens. And you're going to tell me you can't account for at least 6 times? Because again, Texas population alone is 6 times that. So you're going to tell me you can't account for 100 times the amount of guns? You're really going to say, hey, we're going to go door to door, break in, and take all your guns? Bro, you don't even know where all of the guns are. You know they're there. You know they're out there somewhere. But you only have...
Look at the registered gun amount, the 5.1 some million right there.
Yeah,
right?
5.2 million. Make it
Yeah.
rounded.
Type in a browser how many rifles or weapons of rifles and handguns the military has. It's going to be lower than that number. I'll bet you.
We'll do small arms.
Yeah, but according to
Yeah, they're not taking any of ours, Erica.
yeah, no one's touching mine.
$4.5 million firearms.
4.5 million firearms the military has.
Yep, 4.5.
We've got more right
Estimated.
there. Just goes to show there's more registered guns than the military has.
Yeah, by at least a mil.
And now you know,
That's
folks,
sad.
why they're trying to take all our guns away.
At least a million. You're right, Jailbird, but if you remember the video we watched earlier, there is a police commissioner out there that is willing to enforce red flag laws. Go door to door and confiscate legally gun owning American citizens when we can't even deal with the problems at our borders. He refused to admit it's a yes or no question. I can't stand the questioning process in front of politicians. A time limit, a very strict time limit, mind you. And these guys beat around the bush trying to.
Wait,
Yeah, you'll have to go watch. They try and avoid answering the question. It's a yes question. Yes or no. Are you willing to confiscate the guns if you get an anonymous tip saying that this person is hazardous to their own health or to others? Yes or no. Guy wanted, well, it's more complicated than that. Well, let's pull up your statement. In your statement, you said you'd be willing to go door to door and enforce these laws. You said in your statement you're willing to go and enforce red flag laws. So you got questioning something you've already admitted to, and you can't answer a simple yes or no. I love playing that game. I'm sorry. We're out of time. No, Carl, we're not. We're not. They kept talking. They refused to answer the questions. Well, I've got to. Nope. Sit your ass down. Answer my question. Yes or no. Well, really, it's more than no. Answer the question, yes or no, and then explain your reasoning behind it. Yes. If I cut you off, oh well, sucks to suck. But that's the purpose of the questioning, to get a yes or no.
Right.
I, personally, will give you the time to defend yourself. Yeah. Why? Why are you willing to go and confiscate the guns?
Right. As long as you answer it with a yes or a no.
Yeah. Answer the question.
Go to a courtroom and you're up in the chair and one of the attorneys asks you a yes or no question.
Oh,
that judge will make you answer yes or no.
Otherwise, you're going to be held in contempt of the law.
Why doesn't the chairman or the speaker that's in charge tell them the exact same thing? It's a yes or no.
It's a yes or no. If you fail to answer the yes or no question, we'll hold you in contempt.
Contempt of Congress.
Yeah.
Contempt of a hearing.
It was a simple yes or no question. We need your answer first. Why are you allowed to say, well, it's more complicated than that, and then go into a 5-minute bullshit speech about teddy bears and gummy bears? What did teddy bears and gummy bears have to do a damn thing with any of this?
They don't.
Yeah. Answer the question, or, hey, well, we need to defend the schools. I didn't ask about the schools. Well, we need to deal with the border. I didn't ask about the border. You're right. We need to defend the border. I appreciate your support on that. But trying to get into my good graces by answering a question I haven't asked yet is not going to do you any good. Stay on the subject at hand. Give me a yes or no, and then we can continue from there on the topic.
If you watch any of those hearings anywhere, you hear especially they ask a yes or no. Nobody can answer with a yes or no answer.
Yeah, nobody answers
Simple
with yes
words. We grew up. Mom and dad asked you something. It's a yes or a no.
or no. Whoa, no, be
Oh,
specific.
you
Yes,
didn't
sir,
go
no, sir.
around. You didn't go around and say, "Well, something else happened the other day. We're going to do." No, this is a yes or
No.
no, or I'll bust your
You
ass.
started doing that. Dad took the belt off. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yes,
it
You're
is.
yes,
going
sir.
to give
Yes,
me a
sir.
yes or no,
Yes,
or
sir.
the answer is going to
Yes,
be yes
yes.
anyway.
Yeah. I think we need to bring that back. Answer the question or what? Go get me a switch.
Or what?
I'm a grown ass adult. You can't take a switch to me. In the contract and the waiver you signed to be in here to make your statements, if you read it clearly, I get a switch.
You know what
What?
I'm waiting for? One of those guys sitting back is supposed to give the answer yes or no to stand up like in the movie. You can't handle the truth.
Surprised they you can
That would be
handle the
that would be interesting hearing, wouldn't it? That would go viral.
You know what?
That
I'm
would
going to
be
go to a
hilarious,
hearing.
though.
I'm going to find a way to get called up for a hearing. Mr. Bates, why did you do this? You want the truth? Yes, we want the truth. You really want the truth? We need the truth. You can't handle the truth. Did you just quote? I did. I did quote that. Why? The whole purpose was to get here so I could do that. That was it.
Yeah, but they won't.
So
call
you
him-
went
Michael,
on this guy. Yeah.
They're not going to call him Mister. They're going to call
No.
him Master.
Yeah. And I'm all Master Bates all over that desk. They're going to find sticky spots everywhere.
Oh boy.
Don't take a black light in there. It'll look like a Jackson Pollock painting. That building deserves a lot worse than that. No, I hate the fact they get a beat around the bush, avoid answering the question and they do it all the time. And then the speakers of the House are always defending him. Well, he is answering your question. No, the hell he's not. And why are you taking my time to defend him? I'd like to request 30 seconds back. 30 seconds isn't a lot of time. It's not. In a combat zone, it is. But in a questioning situation, 30 seconds is not a lot of time for most people to get out a good, justifiable answer and then make their defense for their statement. So you let this individual waste time beating around the bush, and then the Speaker of the House or the chair gets to turn around and defend that person, wasting this individual's time. And then that individual requests 30 seconds back for their time, and they have to fight for it. Meanwhile, as they're requesting the time, the clock is still ticking.
That's why they do it.
No.
That's
Sit
one
down.
thing I think it ought to be on when you're talking to your people that you're going to elect in office. This is a new question to ask them, right? If you're called
Answer a
up,
simple
can you
yes or no.
answer yes? That's a 3-letter word. Or no, a 2-lettered word. If you don't know them, there's 5 letters I can teach you how to spell.
And then I can teach you how to spell get bent. No, I think that's a completely justifiable question to ask them,
It
Carl.
is.
Yes, it is.
I think that
Nowadays,
is. I think if they get up there, hey, can you answer a simple yes or no question in front of the speakers of the House, in front of the chairs? Well, that's a little more complicated. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you mean goodbye? We're not going to vote for you. This was a simple yes or no question. This was a test to see if you could say yes or no. And you were talking to us, the public, the people you are sworn to protect and serve, and you couldn't give us a straight answer. It was a yes or a no. If you'd have given me a no, I could have at least believed you might be able to, even if you said no, you gave me a direct answer. You said no. Holy shit, you got further than 99% of these people already. That's impressive. You might get my vote. You answered me with a no. Holy shit. Wow. But if you say anything other than yes, probably not going to get my vote. Probably going to look at tar and feathering you
don't
later
even
on.
you don't even get a I don't know or maybe out of them hardly.
No. You
No,
get
they
a,
just say,
let me think about that real quick.
We'll
Or,
circle
yo,
back
yeah.
to that. We'll circle
I
back
didn't
to
have
that.
access to that. Well, we sent it to you in the email. Well, I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't recall. I can't recollect.
Well, that's when
We
I
sent
tell
it
them, you
to
got a
you
phone,
like an
pull
hour
up your
ago.
email.
Yeah.
I
Why
don't know,
don't
it
you go
might
ahead
just
and pull
turn
that?
into might just turn into the mysterious emails that got deleted.
Look,
Yeah.
Congress, I'll do you a favor. I train adults, grown men and women every now and again to survive after a helicopter crash. Teach them how to do rigging. Teach them a lot of things. Y'all pay me $60,000 a year. I'll come in and I'll teach y'all how to pull your head out of your ass. I
You think
think
you
that's
could actually teach them that?
I can. If I can do it
Yeah,
with grown
sort
ass
boot up
adults
the
going to
axle
the
closet.
if I can teach grown ass men going out into the oil field to pull their head out of their asses for my class, I can teach Congress. I'm pretty confident in my abilities. I'm going to ask for bonuses. We'll talk. That's open for
Bonus if you
discussion.
get to put it back in.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. If I let you put your head back in at the end of the day because you feel more comfortable up there, we'll see
Oh,
about it.
I'm gonna take your
But
head and put it up his ass.
I'm going to
they
take
didn't
your
answer
head and
right.
put it
Guess
up
what's
his.
going back in? We got to redo this.
Ah, crap! There's a vacuum. Get the plugs.
Block and pulley and some shackles. Oh, you know who
Oh
Harry is,
boy.
don't you?
No, I
That's
don't.
Bart.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in my abilities there. I'm pretty confident. So Congress, 60,000 a year with bonuses, quarterly bonus. I'll come and teach you how to pull your head out of your ass. Sounds fair to me. No, I don't accept bribes. I don't accept blackmail. You can try. I got a DUI back in 2017. Don't care. You can post that for the world to see. Get bent.
And
I had a rough time in high school.
He
You're not going to
actually will do
blackmail
it in
me.
the chamber, so it'll be live on CNN.
Yeah. You're not going to blackmail me. You're not going to, oh, we're going to kill your friends and family. Don't do that. Don't do that. A man, I'm going to bastardize this quote a lot, but a man that has found peace, wants to live in his solitude, support his friends, support his family. The man that wants to live the quiet and peaceful life is the most dangerous man. As soon as you take away his peace, you take away everything he had to live for. That man can no longer be stopped by very many means. That man is going to come at you with something that will make the wrath of God look like child's play. You take away the man's things that he loves the most and holds the dearest to him, he knows that man is never going to get that peace back. As soon as that anger, that animal is let loose, there is no containing it again.
Mm-hmm.
The actions he is going to commit are going to prevail for years and years. That man is dangerous. Nichettes, those who fight with monsters should see that they should not become one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we let the monsters out to play. Screw Nichettes. I think we need to become the monsters that they say that we are at some point in time.
We need to go back to like that gentleman in the video we watched earlier.
We had no locks. We had guns everywhere.
Yep.
Prior, I can say up until 1978 in my high school here, we were still carrying rifles and shotguns and pistols in the trucks. Windows down, go into school, nothing locked up. Nothing ever happened. We never locked our
never
house.
Jumped out of the truck and came inside the school.
No, we never, or we knew better.
Yeah.
If we'd pulled one of those guns out, oh, we wasn't worried
Yeah.
about going to jail.
You'd be going to
We
the
was
grave.
worried about getting our asses beat. I mean, we didn't lock our house. It was open all the time. Front door, back door. You pulled the guns out when you was going hunting or if somebody showed up on the property and wasn't supposed to be there. We'd be driving down the road, stop, get out, see a coyote, shoot it. Just all kinds of different things. But that just wasn't in our little community around here. That was all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I don't see it happen in big cities at their schools because they're idiots.
Yeah.
They weren't trained like us country folk, that we were.
I got your dimple, Grant.
And he's right. Up until, God, what was it? Early 80s? That anybody could go in and buy a gun.
And order them out of the Sears catalog.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
avoid the middle section. Yeah, that middle section of the Sears catalog got sticky from some of you dirty bastards.
But the Sears catalog, Montgomery
swimwear seasonal section.
You could,
Carl.
You could order 30-30s. You could order 22s. Everything like that out of there. There's even guns out here that say Sears and Roebuck on them.
Yeah. And if you got caught going into somebody else's house, your neighbors cared for you. If they were home, hey, buddy, what you going into that house for? Oh, I'm just going to go check a few things out. Hey, let me talk to you real quick. What's your name? What's your name? My name's Dave. Dave's not here, man. Okay, Dave. You know the names of the people that live in that home? Oh, yeah, it's Donnie and Harold. Not even close.
Right.
Not even close. I appreciate you stopping by today.
But
Why?
You even go back
because I've got an itchy trigger finger and you look like just enough experience for me to level up.
But you go back in those days. you went over to one of your friends' house and they had a handgun laying up on the mantle. A rifle up above it. You knew better than to touch them.
Oh, yeah.
You knew better than to grab them down off there unless the father of that house gave you permission to get it down. You knew better. There was no mass shootings.
No. There was a threat. There was a threat for a mass
murdered.
shooting in it was 60s, 70s, or 80s. There was a threat for a mass shooting at a school in Georgia, Louisiana, one of the southern states. Teachers and students guarded the front doors with shotguns and rifles out of their trucks. You know what didn't happen after that threat? That mass shooting.
Yep.
I'm going to cause a mass shooting. Go ahead. Go ahead and try. Please do. You're giving me an excuse to sit in the front chair in front of the school and not have to be in class today. Do it. Do it.
Please. I beg of you.
I don't want to have to go to class again today. I've got a math test at 1. Come on, let's go. If you're going to do this. Shit, I got to go. All right. Yeah, it's your turn to take over. I got a test. Couldn't even come when I
Speaking of that, before we get off here and all that, didn't you just love the 2A part in the State of the Union? Where he's talking about the incident that happened out there in California, and he had the guy in there that got the gun away from the shooter, the 70-year-old man.
I don't remember that.
Okay. Bumbling fool up there talks
Old
about
Smelly
this.
Joe.
This guy comes in with a semi-automatic pistol, right? And this gentleman over here disarms him. Isn't it great? Well, first of all, talk about this guy's young, that guy's 70 years old. But the best part was he's talking about a semi-automatic pistol. But yet we have to ban assault weapons. A semi-automatic pistol is not an assault weapon.
Assault is an action. It's a verb. I can assault you with this ring in my hand. That is now an assault ring. No, don't ask me how I'm going to do it. It'll scar you for life because it's going to end up in at least one orifice. That's assault. Beat you with a golf club, a baseball bat. Now it's an assault bat or an assault golf club.
I hit you with my phone. Now it's called an assault phone.
It's an assault phone. There is.
That's an assault
I hit you with
lighter.
a pencil. It's an assault pencil.
How they decide.
This is a deadly weapon.
It
can kill a person in several ways.
Oh, they changed their definition.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they changed the definition, you dirty bastards.
What'd they change?
An assault weapon used to be defined as a weapon of war intended for use for soldiers and infantry, which had it was specifically designed for military use, which had a selector switch that could take it from safe to single to burst or fully automatic.
Right.
It had a multiple point selector switch. Now they define a assault weapon as a semi-automatic gun designed for military use and quick and efficient killing. So still, the AR-15 doesn't go underneath that definition for an assault weapon.
Everything
it was
does.
never defined. It was never designed for use from the military. That means the M1 Garand, a semi-automatic, the Scout, there was a fully automatic version, but you only had 8 shots and it was 30-06. So if you went full auto, you had 0 accuracy. The M1 Garand was 100% a weapon of war. In fact, it was one of the weapons of war that stacked the absolute most bodies in history thus far. That's a weapon of war. And yet we can still own them. And there are liberals and Democrats out there that look at it and go, because it's a wood stock, it's semi-automatic, it doesn't look mean and scary. They call it the perfect gun. You can't even define a weapon of war effectively, you stupid, ignorant little shits. And then you turn around and change the definition of assault weapon. Let's see what they define as weapon of war.
Uh-oh. This ought to be good.
Item of equipment supplied by the United States, by the states or armed groups to their armed forces of members that, so that in armed conflict, they can take violent action against the enemy and whose use within the limits justified by military necessity and the rules of international humanitarian law is legitimate in time of war. It is equipped weaponry by the state or government. So my AR-15s don't fall under the definition of an assault rifle, past or present, since you little assholes decided to change the definition. And it still doesn't fall under the definition of a weapon of war. Y'all are ignorant. Y'all are just
They're not
ignorant.
They're just stupid.
No, that's putting a bad light on stupid people. And I don't want to call them retards because retards even have more of an IQ than they do. Brain dead. They're brain dead.
Brain dead?
Brain dead.
Okay.
Brain dead.
Okay. Brain dead.
Under the 3 definitions, and they must have changed the assault. Let's see if it was fine assault rifle.
Any rifle can be an assault rifle.
Rapid fire mag fed automatic rifle designed for infantry use. So the AR-15 wasn't designed for infantry use. It is not an automatic rifle. So technically, by that definition, a 3-round burst rifle isn't a assault rifle. Technically, that means I can go and own burst fire weapons now. 2-round, 3-round, 5-round, 7-round.
30 round.
Yeah, well, no, that's fully automatic, technically.
If I do them in 3 bursts or not.
Yeah, it's a burst
Which
fire.
I've done that before with an M16.
So we've pulled up, 4 definitions in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
AR-15 fell underneath.
0.
I keep seeing that, Harry. I want to research how to do that the right way, but at the same point in time, I already know I'm on a watch list. So I can't, because I know when they banned the binary trigger, the bump stocks, and now the pistol brace, people started arts and crafts at home. We'll call it arts and crafts. They started arts and crafts at home already. And now people are like, all right, cool. If I can't use the pistol brace, I might as well just turn it into a short barrel rifle. A non-registered short barrel rifle.
Right. It's amazing what 3D printers can do nowadays.
That's a fact. Well, it's not even hard. All you have to do is change out the stock. You can do that at home.
Well, we had that video
no training.
on here. We had that video on here where I showed you that shooting deal. And every one of those weapons was made by a 3D printer.
Yep. How they define
They were badass.
How they define the AR actual gun part is the upper receiver. Was it the upper receiver or is it the lower? There is one of them that it is the upper. There's
the upper. You can buy lowers anywhere.
Yeah, I want to say Glock, it's their lower. ARs, it's the lower. There is their arm that is the upper. What was that one? HKs?
It says lower.
HK-15, I think. It looks similar to an AR-15, and its upper receiver is actually the tracked part. Well, you can buy barrels and lowers and triggers and have everything sent to your house. You can buy 80% complete lowers, have them sent to your house, which is completely illegal to do, by the way. You can mill your own guns. It's 100% legal. You can make your own gun. You can't distribute them. You can't sell them. You can't give them away, but you can make your own guns, and it's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
There's nothing against it. But they keep going out for people that are making what they're considering a ghost gun. Well, did they sell it? No. Were they planning on selling? We think they were.
Yeah.
So you're arresting them. Yeah, you're arresting them under the suspicion of selling a gun on the process of we think they're selling a gun. So you think they're guilty. So you can't prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they were trying to sell the guns. So you're kidnapping them. Got it. Oh, and you're committing theft by taking the guns. Okay. Gotcha. Y'all do realize there's clauses out there that say you can defend yourself from kidnapping, including against police forces up to and including taking that officer's life, right? Just saying. Better have some damning good evidence, but you can, if you suspect that you are about to be kidnapped by the police force and you know you're innocent for what you're doing, there are some shitty cops out there. I want to support the thin blue line, but at the same point in time, I see a lot of shitty cops out there right now.
Yep.
I love watching these First and Second Amendment auditors go out and around to areas where they know the police forces are. Like many states are not stop and ID. What that means is if I'm out walking around, I don't have to have my driver's license on me. I have to have my driver's license on me in my vehicle. So if I'm walking around within my legal rights, I'm staying on the public properties and easeways. If I'm walking around with a long barrel gun, Depending on your state laws, they can't stop and ID you because you're not doing anything illegal. The only thing that I would recommend is if you do this, call up the police force and say, hey, we're going to be doing a Second Amendment protected activity. So when people call and say there's an individual walking around with a long gun, you can inform them that I am well within my rights to do so.
Right.
Because and I watched in Houston, Texas, Houston, Texas, there was a gentleman that called the police force, told him who he was, where he lived, and that he was going to go around and carry his AR. Completely constitutionally. There's no laws. There's no state laws. There's no federal laws against it for us. We can, in the state of Texas, walk around with a long gun.
Mm-hmm.
Gentleman did the right thing, called them up, let them know, hey, we're going to be doing a Second Amendment protected, constitutionally protected activity. When people call you to complain, please inform them that we are doing constitutionally protected activities. Nothing is illegal about this. All we're trying to do is raise awareness for people about firearm safety, how to handle it, how to be safe in public. We're just trying to inform the populace. Instead of agreeing and doing the right thing, these cops showed up to his house to tell him, don't do this. Don't do it. Don't risk it. Don't walk out. Don't. Well, I'm going. This is constitutionally protected. Instead of trying to support him, they threatened him. Mm-hmm. They told him, if we see you as so much as jaywalking, we're arresting you and hitting you with federal charges because you have a gun on you. So they were threatening him with felony arrests because they didn't listen to him. By the way, a felony arrest means he can no longer own a firearm. So they were not only threatening to arrest him, they were threatening to arrest him in a manner to take away his guns.
Mm-hmm.
In Houston, Texas. How do y'all think I feel about that?
Oh, I can imagine. Boy, can I imagine.
So as much as I want to support the thin blue line, that doesn't mean I'm not sketchy with every single cop that comes to talk to me. Stop licking me, you loving bastard. Go be... Oh, God, you're so slimy. You and Gunny have been going at it again. Yeah, you're going to be getting a bath.
Look at Gunny.
Yeah, he's the king of the mountain. I win.
Yeah, he's back there looking at us.
Mm-hmm. Dad, I win again. I know you did, buddy. Good job. I can tell by how slimy he is.
Good job. Or he's scared and he's up on top of the cage to stay away.
Oh no, he's going. He will beat the shit out of Grunt. Grunt will get a good win every now and again, but Gunny is hyper competitive. He will find a way to win.
Gunny says, "Oh hell, I'm just going to lay down."
He's just looking for. He either wants to relax up on the comfort. I'd put a bunch of blankets and pillows up there for them to lay on. So he's either wanting to get comfortable or he's looking for his next chance to attack, or Gunny is fat. Gunny's fat. He's time out. Oh, I think I'm gonna pop a stitch. Oh, God, how do you have so much energy, you young bastard? But he is going to be coming back at that ass any second now.
But you get him out and run him.
I do, but I can't run. Too much strain on the back. When I get my back from the VA, I am looking at getting a good 100-foot leash. There's a park like a half mile down the road from me, maybe a mile down the road from me. I'm going to get a good long rope leash, and I'm going to take them out there and let them just a wild 100 feet. You can go 100 feet around me. You start going towards something I don't want you going towards, I'm going to snatch your ass up.
Right.
But yeah, I as much as I want to believe there are good cops out there,
Okay,
unfortunately,
Barbara, I'll check it out.
the reports themselves from the cops that are actually trying to do the right thing, they're being punished. They're being fired, terminated, written up, or in one case, there was a police officer that was trying to report his command for a lot. During a drills and training exercise, 6 officers proceeded to beat this off to death.
Mm-hmm.
And they called it a training accident. I'm sorry, 6 officers beat an officer to death. How is that any kind of a training accident? What kind of training are you doing where beating somebody to death was the necessity? Where beating anybody, you're supposed to de-escalate situations. I understand there's an escalation of force. I've already used my one for the show. I understand there is an escalation of force. I was trained on escalation of force thoroughly. Because if we escalated force and we decided to take one's life immediately, we were court-martialed after a captain's mass. So that means we would lose 2 ranks. Then we would be punished either first we were getting put on boat restricted duties and then going to jail, or then we'd just go to jail and rot. And the military lives by the standards. You uphold the standard. You are not above the law. You abide by the law. You're a representative of the government, of the military. If you screw up, we are going to throw the book at you. Police officers screw up, paid suspension. I'm sorry, what? That sounds like a vacation to me. I'm getting paid to sit at the house? Excuse me? You're a police officer. If you do something illegal, you should be held to the highest standard. There's no, for this crime, you can get 2 to 5 years with up to $100,000 fine. I'm sorry, your goal is to uphold the law, protect the Constitution. You failed to do so. You violated the law. Now you're getting the max punishment. You're getting 5 years with a $100,000 fine. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no parole, probation. There's nothing. You need to be held to the higher standard because you're going to enforce the law when the majority of you can't even state the codes and laws, where there are representatives going around for First and Second Amendment audits, giving them the citation, the exact citation that tells them I do not have to stop and identify myself if I am not doing anything illegal. Unless I have been suspected of committing a crime, am in the process of committing a crime or fleeing from a crime, I do not have to identify myself. Suspicion is not a crime. You're a suspicious person. Tell me what crime it is I am committing. Suspicion. Suspicion is not a crime. Cite me the code where it says suspicion is a crime. Being suspicious is going around out in the freaking neighborhood in the middle of the night in your underwear. That's a little suspicious. I'm going to suspect that you're probably a little drunk and need to go home. But it is not a crime. You're still clothed. You're drunk in public. That's a crime. But most of the time, if you're drunk in public, as long as you're not operating a vehicle, hey, man, go home. Go home. Nothing happens from it. As long as you're respectful. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Where am I? Oh, you mind walking me that way a little bit? I'm a little, yeah, we can tell you're a little. But suspicion in and of itself is not a crime, nor does it warrant the need to identify yourself. Now cops are asking questions like, do you mind if I search your vehicle? If you say yes, that officer can say, well, he said yes to I can search your vehicle. If you say no, you said, no, I don't mind if you search my vehicle. So they're asking questions in a manner that can allow them to violate your rights and liberties. So you've got to be smart. Well, I understand you asking me a question, but no, I do not consent to any searches and seizures. If you want to look into my property, I do request you go and get a warrant. In order for them to hold you, it has to only be for a reasonable amount of time for a traffic stop. Meaning if they have to go into the process of getting a warrant, they can't hold you there. Not only that, if you are suspected of crime and detained, you can ask, what crime am I being detained for? They are required to tell you what it is immediately. If you ask 4, 5, 6 times, hey, is your body cam on? Yes, it is. Is your audio on? Yes. I'm going to ask one more time, why am I being detained? You just need to, okay, man, I'm going to get a FOA act. I'm going to request your body cam, and I'm going to sue you because now you're unlawfully detaining me. You haven't told me what crime I've committed or what crime I'm suspected of committing. So you have no reason to detain me. You're holding me illegally at this point in time. I highly, highly, highly encourage every one of you to go and watch First and Second Amendment auditors. You can find them all over Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Even has a good few of them, honestly. It's mainly First Amendment auditing, right? Of freedom of speech, freedom of the press, photography, going and doing reports on buildings and everything like that. In a public building, you are legally allowed to film and video and do whatever you want within reason. They can put policies stating we don't want you to film in here. That policy means nada. That policy is moot. Because now they're trying to infringe against a constitutionally protected activity. Why? Why are you trying to? What are you hiding in here? If it's a public building, police stations, courthouses, now you can't go into the courtrooms because that's personal information. That's a different story. But any public-owned building, you can go in and film whenever you want. It's legal and it's protected. But go watch these auditors. Go watch the auditors. Go watch the auditors.
Anyway.
Go do it. Watch them all. Get angry like I am, damn you.
Anyway, Barbara sent me a video. I got it down here at the bottom.
I need somebody to suck the blood pressure out of me.
Yeah. You know how you was talking about if you get stopped and everything. Don't do what this idiot does. Are you ready?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to guess. He quick reaches for his wallet. What I mean by that is, let me get that for you.
No. This is stupid. And this is on a college campus, mind you.
Is it the lady that was doing 106 miles per hour in a 45 that tried to say, just give me a ticket so I can go to work? Oh, by the way, there's a woman that got caught doing 106 in a 45, was being arrested for reckless endangerment. She asked, who am I endangering? Well, everybody. You're endangering everybody. Did I hit him? It doesn't matter. You're doing 60 over. And she tried to fight and argue with the cop, and she's like, get out of the car. You're being arrested. And she just give you the ticket.
Hey, man, you can sit in your car.
Don't open the door. Don't get in the car.
Have a seat. So I'm stopping you for going 50 miles an hour to 20. What are you? I need you to sit down.
I think you're messing with me.
So, I need you to sit down.
I think you're messing with me.
No, you need to sit down. Have a seat. Have a seat.
You're okay. Why are you grabbing me? I want to talk to somebody.
Okay, have a seat. Have a seat.
Why are you grabbing me?
Have a seat now.
Why are you grabbing me?
Have a seat. Have a seat.
I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Carl, let's break it down bit by bit. Pause it.
Sit down.
Okay,
He's trying to grab my gun. He's trying to grab my gun. Get off my.
Oh. Okay. Oh my
Carl.
God. Okay, let's start with never open the damn door. Don't do that. Don't get out of the vehicle because now you're acting hostile. It is immediately considered hostile actions, and I can justify their mindset on that. You open the door, you're turning to face them. That's dangerous for them. No, we're going to keep on watching.
They were actually
thing. The second
Go
thing,
ahead.
he started saying, I think you're messing with me. I think their goal is not to mess with people. They're not there to play with you and waste your time. That's illegal. They can't do that. They can stop you and give you a, hey, man, your tail light's out. Can you go get that fixed for me? It's just going to be a verbal warning for now. That's legal. They're trying to inform you you have a vehicle infraction that you need to take care of. And they're not giving you a ticket or citation. They're being a nice cop. But him saying, you're messing with me. Wrong call there, bro. Bad
And
start. The next thing,
you noticed
started
the police officers.
they
were
started
nice.
as they were calm, they were polite, but he started to approach them. Okay, if you stay at your vehicle, he's giving you technically a lawful order, which that is stay in your vehicle, have a seat for me. He's worried about his life, his team, his partner's life. That is completely, it is 100% a lawful order. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the suspect starts approaching the police officer, continuing on with, I think you're messing with. That is hostile action. Now, at this point in time, that police officer is well within his rights to use an escalation of force, meaning baton, taser, yelling, hand-to-hand combat if necessary, but it is never smart getting into hand-to-hand combat while armed. All right, Carl, continue the video. Oh, God.
Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit.
Why'd you send us this?
My God! My God!
I'm not
Why you?
Ooh.
Okay.
Pause it, let it buffer a little bit.
I was just gonna say, hey,
Have a
Carl.
Have a
Yeah.
Sit down.
Carl, pause that.
Stop the video.
Your quality is
Send one of us the video and we'll play it. Because
Yeah,
it's really
that-
laggy on this end. It lagged the whole through. I couldn't even tell what was going on through the first part of the video. I saw the door open and it froze.
Oh, really? Because it's showing perfect on my end.
It's not streaming well. It's not coming across everything well.
I think I found it. Wait, that's a community
Did you
reacts
find
to
it?
body cam.
If you go
No,
to,
that's a body
go
cam.
to, let me give you the site to go to. Just a second. Get off there. Oh, I don't want a new tab, damn it. Let me go back here. It's at, go to www.wric.com. Video BCU police officer.
WRIC.
WRIC.com and / video BCU police. Did you find it? Yeah, send it to Cameron, Barbara.
She just sent it to you.
Okay. That's all that means. I got to log into Facebook.
Yeah.
Logging me out of my computer. I don't know why. Yes, I just logged in. Yeah, I require two-factor authentication for Facebook. I've been hacked before. I don't play games. All right.
Did you get it, Cameron?
No. Bruh, I did.
Ouch.
I got it up if you want me to use it.
Card present green one. Ah, damn it! I forgot to do the audio. Was that your screen one? There.
Enlarge it. There you go.
You can have a seat. Have a seat. So I'm stopping you for going 50 miles an hour to 25.
What are you talking about?
So I need you to sit down.
I think you're messing with me.
So no, I'm not.
I think you're messing with me. I think you're messing with me.
No, you need to sit down. Have a seat. Have a seat.
You're
You're okay. I'm not messing with you. You
Why
need to have
are
a
you
seat.
grabbing me? Why are you grabbing me?
Because you were starting to approach.
Okay, have a seat. Have a seat.
Why
Have
are
a
you
seat.
grabbing me?
That's within your
Have a
right.
seat.
You can request a
Have a seat.
I haven't done
supervisor.
anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit
I'll sit in the
down.
car.
Sit down.
I'll
Sit down. Sit down. He's trying to grab my gun. He's trying to grab my gun. Get off my gun. Get off my gun. Get off my gun. Get off my gun.
You know what you
Lay
did?
down flat on your back. Lay down flat on your back.
You know what you did? You kept driving. You kept driving. You put up with drive. Hey, I gave up.
Oh, yeah, you get.
You,
7, 12, going in custody.
That could have turned out ugly.
Everything that police officer did was justifiable.
Yep.
Everything that
Was in
police
his
officer
right.
did was justifiable. Because when it came to him putting hands on the individual, that individual's still moving around a little bit. You can see him creeping his way towards that officer.
I'm not
That
messing
was
with you.
a hostile action. That you're moving towards the officer, even minimal movements. He's giving you a lawful order. He is instructing you to please sit down back into the vehicle. That is still. I don't know if I heard him say, "Do you know what you just did? What you just did?" Everything he did, including beating you in the face, justified. Because as soon as you didn't like it, as soon as you wanted to escalate, you started grabbing for the gun. Don't move. Don't move. Because I always tell people carry a gun and a knife. Ranges like this, that knife's going to be more effective than that gun. That police officer would have been more than justified the second he pulled for that gun, sticking a knife right in that guy's neck. You're reaching for a weapon on my person. I took actions. You were trying to be a bigger threat. You went for a lethal weapon. I took the actions I deemed was necessary. That escalation of force starts jumping the more you decide to escalate it. So you were grabbing at a weapon. Now lethal force is authorized. You're trying to endanger my life. That knife being on my side. Okay. How am I going to get that gun from you? No, you're not. Now you're going home in the body bag.
Well, that's what.
But he kept.
Harry said
I
down there.
heard him say, "Yeah, he's definitely lucky he didn't get turned into further." I give nothing but respect for the police officer. He handled the situation in a very professional manner, as best he could. Let me put it that way. He handled it as best he could in the most professional manner up until he could not. The police officer was getting lawful orders. There was nothing wrong with this officer that I saw. I can't say he's a good cop. I can't say he's a bad cop. I can just say from this video, he did everything perfect. This kid is retarded. Don't get out
I'm
of the
shocked
vehicle.
the other officer didn't plug him.
No, I'm shocked too.
I
Right,
figured
stop
as soon as
chewing
he
on
said
my
he's
knee
going
brace.
for my gun, that would have been the end of it right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's escalation of force. He's going for a lethal weapon.
That's assault.
You can try and get the gun, but I'm gonna stick that knife in your neck, and my partner's probably gonna shoot you because I'm gonna get the crazy partner because I'm crazy. Then he wanted, you know what you just did. Do you know what you just did? Yes, he did everything legally. You can't play the race card. You have no grounds on that. He didn't say anything. He said you were doing 50 and a 25. He most likely has the proof for that. Then, even though he punched you repetitively in the face, you continuously approach the officer. We can see in the video, even without slow-mo, you keep creeping forward. So him putting his arm on you to stop you from approaching is perfectly legal. Now, if a police officer approaches you, be careful of doing that. They don't approach a police officer. If a police officer approaches you, stand your ground, but don't stick your hands up. All right. There's some back ass words, double standard bullshit for that. But the second he lunged and he started getting punched in the face, it's fair game. That cop did what he needed to prevent you from taking his weapon and escalating that situation beyond control. That officer still in the end of it had control over everything. He retained his gun. He retained the suspect. He detained the suspect. Nobody lost a life. Nobody lost a limb. No rounds were fired. No blood was spilt. And then it sounds, your police brutality. What they're going to show you, what the liberals are going to show you, what Democrats are going to show you, what is...
You're back.
Let's see.
Get off my gun. He's trying to grab...
They're going to show you from this section exactly like this. They're going to see a tussle. They're going to see blows to the face. That's it. You're not going to hear what the cop is saying. You're not going to see the beginning. So I know exactly how they're going to try and portray this if they try and bring light to this. They're going to bastardize this police officer because he did exactly what he needed to do.
Well, you look at it this way. That kid went from paying a traffic fine 25 mile an hour over.
No, he's going
several years in prison.
Yeah, that's a felony. Everything that kid did is a felony. He assaulted a police officer. That's immediately a felony charge.
Yep. That's usually about a 5-year sentence, isn't it? 3 to 5.
Depending on your states.
Yeah.
I've seen some of them go up for like 12.
I think that's Virginia.
Yeah, that's Virginia.
Let's pull up. I'm just going to pull up assaulting. Assault for a police officer is considered serious crime. Texas Penal Code, assaulting a police officer, 3rd-degree felony.
Oh,
that's in Virginia?
No, that's Texas, he said.
Yeah, this is Texas law. Violent felony, no matter the type. Usually probation is not an officer, and it ranges from 2 years to life in prison.
Oh, shit. Depends on how bad of an assault you do on the officer. I would say
he's gonna get somewhere between 2 and 10 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Barbara. The way he acted, he was on something, and he didn't want them in that car.
Yeah.
Well, they got it.
You're messing with me. You're messing. Oh yeah. Oh. It unfortunately.
You're right, Bart.
If they do decide. $500 gift card.
And get out of jail free. If that was in Chicago, yep.
Unfortunately, if they decide to search his vehicle, even after that, it is still illegal. The only thing a police officer legally do is a safe pat down to make sure you don't have any other knives or weapons or guns on you. For their protection, that's legal. They cannot go into your pockets. They cannot go into your vehicle without either a warrant or your consent. Now, he left his door open. That's where you run into a gray zone. Door's still open. Door was left open by the suspect. Police officer didn't open it because if the police officer opened the door, that's illegal. That's illegal entering and searching and seizure of the vehicle.
Yeah.
But because the suspect left the vehicle open, there is a gray zone that can allow them to legally search the vehicle for anything that he may not be able to have. Biggest thing.
The same effect, they're still going to turn around and they're going to get a warrant to search the car.
Yeah.
They're not going to search it now. They're going to wait till it gets back to their lot.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to search it. They're going to get a warrant and they're going to search it.
That's if they do it the right way. Now, Anything in view from the windows is fair
Yeah.
game. Doors open, as long as they don't open anything else other than that door, it's fair game. They can look, they can stick
Barbara,
their
you
head
should
in,
be seeing
they can
Bart's
make sure
comments.
there's as if it is in view of where they can access without actually starting to open anything up, there's a gray zone again. But
The nice thing
if he
about it,
were
his
to
car
kick
door
the
was
door
open.
shut, if he were to kick the door shut and say, I do not consent to any illegal searches and seizures, if that cop were to open up that door, that's an illegal search and seizure. Well, the door may have been open, but he closed the door and then turned around and said, I do not consent to illegal searches and seizures.
His action, the way he acted getting out of the car and attacking the officer, could have gave them probable cause.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And that would hold
But
up in court.
usually that would hold up in court. But again, there's a lot of gray zone when it comes to this stuff.
And I mean, look at it this way. You heard other sirens showing up. That could have been a commander showing up that would have went through the car. He probably would have called, and he would have called and got everything legal.
Mm-hmm.
Because attacking an officer, they're going to make sure that sticks.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
oh, yeah.
Like worse.
Especially in Virginia.
Your best way to handle a police officer, be polite.
Yes.
Be respectful. Answer questions you comfortable answer. If they keep asking questions that make you a little uncomfortable, look, I'm not going to answer that question, or I'm not going to answer any more questions.
Jailbird, you must be, your Jailbird account must be suspended again if you're not seeing the comments, because you're in the same Bill of Rights network watching it.
Right.
Like she said, it happened on HDX's show last night. She couldn't.
Why are you chewing on my knee braces? I need those.
So I'd say she's got probably suspended or something on Jailbird.
Be polite, be respectful, answer questions how you need to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing is just, hey, do you know, if most of the time for us, it's just, hey, do you know why I pulled you over? Yes, officer, I do. I was speeding. Or no, officer, can you inform me as why you're pulling me over?
Always say no.
Yeah, always say no is the smart answer.
Well, you are, Barbara, you are looking at the name he's using, correct?
It's Harry.
It's Harry.
Most of us, it's going to be a quick speeding ticket. Hey, do you know why I pulled you over on
or even a written
pay the fine and go on.
Yeah, pay your fine, go on about your business. That is the typical interaction for us with police officers.
Yeah.
If you have anything beyond that, I don't consent to searches and seizures. I don't answer questions, and I would like to speak to your supervisor.
And usually the officer, unless he's had a bad day, is in a good mood and everything. If you talk to him, you can walk away with a warning.
Yeah, don't
escalate. I've done that several times driving over
make
the
them
road.
Laugh.
If you can make a cop
tell them a joke.
Yeah, if you can make a cop laugh, you going home real good. But if for some reason you got the cop I found when I was arrested, I found the cops that were bullied in high school that got a position of power. There's nothing you can do with them. No. My arresting officer, yes sir, no sir. Yeah, I was honest, told him everything. Polite conversation. Hey, we're gonna arrest you. All right, I understand. It's fine. I'll deal with it as I go. I'm not going to fight you. The arresting officer was like 5'8", maybe 140 pounds. I could have laid on this cop and killed him. Keep your hands visible. Don't be fidgeting around. And it's very easy to get. They got rid of the deferred adjudication before my case hit. But because of my arresting officer's statement, I got deferred adjudication. I now don't have that on my record anymore.
You're right, Bart. I've had a lot of conversations like that.
I haven't done anything since that I'm going to admit to.
Okay,
But
Barbara.
if you do get that one officer that's just high and mighty, high on his horse, look, I'm not going to answer any more questions. I refuse to identify because I did not commit a crime. This is not a stop and ID state. I would like to speak to your supervisor. Leave it at that. He starts asking questions. Stay standing. Keep your hands in a position where he can see them, where he's not feeling threatened. Keep them up nice and high around your chest. Hey, nope, we're not playing this. Top of your head. Not going to give you nothing. I'm going to arrest you. For what crime? I'm requesting a supervisor. You have to provide me your supervisor. I'm hanging out right here. If they escalate it more, okay. So you're going to arrest me under what crime? Under what code? Failure to identify. Understood. I'll see you and leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Take him to jail. Sue the dog shit out of him. The state will pay you handsomely, and you live. That's the important one. You live. You escalate. You become belligerent. Now they have fuel for their fire because they love to spin you up. If they get you riled up, you start cussing a lot at them. You start yelling at them. Now you're belligerent. That is a crime. They got you. Stay polite. Stay respectful. Stay quiet. Okay. Why am I being detained? Failure to ID. Let me speak to a supervisor. He's on his way. I appreciate that. I'm going to put you in handcuffs. Under what crime? Failure to identify. Texas is not a stop and ID state. I'd like to talk to your supervisor before you put handcuffs on me. No, we're going to put you in handcuffs. Okay. I request you accommodate me for my disabilities. Well, what disabilities? Got them there. They can't legally ask that. What disabilities? I'm requesting you to accommodate me for my disabilities. I have certain issues, and I need you to do things in this manner. Under the ADA, they have to provide that. You can get them for a lot of things if you know what to say. That's why you should be, the best I can encourage you is go watch the First and Second Amendment auditors on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, everywhere around there. I give these guys nothing but respect. Some of them are a little shit. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them deserve to be slapped around a little bit. But most of them are trying to inform the police officers of the laws. I don't think a police officer should be going to school that is shorter than a beautician's school. If lawyers are required to go to school for 4 years to be able to practice law, why don't you have to go to college for a minimum of 4 years to enforce the law? How are you supposed to? How are you supposed to be able to enforce something you know nothing about? But on that note, we've once again ran long. We're going to wrap up. I got to let the dogs out. We got to get ready for the next show. And I got to start going live on TikTok and following people back and getting them to the Discord and stuff. But look to see us same place, new time, next Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. You're under what? Eastern Standard Time, Wally?
Yeah.
Don't know ahead of you.
Yep. I can never remember if it's Mountain or Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Bill of Rights Network. As always, I'm the Broken Viking.
And I'm Carl.
And I'm Wally.
This has been the Second Amendment Ranch. Hope y'all learned something tonight. And please, don't end up on body cam footage. Oh, what about the disclaimer? Where's our disclaimer?
The views expressed here are solely the opinions of the hosts and the guests, and not necessarily those of the network, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, etc. If you have an issue with the content of the show, please contact the show host